Hi and welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we're going to be checking out this from Traxxas, the TRX4M Land Rover Defender. And this is their first foray. Oh, look at that. Foray, yeah, we'll stick with that. Foray into mini crawlers. And for £179.99, it better be bloody amazing. Well, stay tuned to find out. Hit it, Charlie. So let's unbox it and see what you get for your money. Right, so what are we presented with? We have a manual, a wrench, some Allen keys, some little suspension spacers, and we're interested to see what's inside. Now what I'd like to see is a lot of exploded diagrams on how to work on the car, but I honestly don't know. Let's have a look. So lots of warnings and stuff like that. I'm thinking probably not a lot on how to dismantle the car. A few bits and pieces on the integrated ESC and receiver. Removing the body, but no actual exploded diagram on how to work on it. That's a little bit of a shame, but presentation is all really good. Here we go, so that's what's in the box. So you get a full-size transmitter, which is really nice because a lot of these smaller crawlers, they tend to give you smaller transmitters, but it's not like what you used is no different for a mini crawler to a full-size one. So having a full-size transmitter is nice. It's much easier on the hands than the little tiny ones you get with them. So that is definitely a plus. The car itself, classic Defender. We'll have a good look at the car in a minute. Lots of detail. I do like this from first look. You've got a jack, tyre and little fuel cans. So I do like the roof rack. It is really nice, hard, goes all the way around, gives a bit of a protection for the body. Detail is pretty much there. You get LEDs in the bumper. You can fit LEDs into the actual body as well. Not sure if you could do on the rear. Yes, you can. You can also do rear as well. That's going to be an optional extra. Like the door handles. Overall, it looks really nice. The only thing I can really knock it for is the red does look very red plastic. And obviously with the Defender, you've got big windows. You get to see inside. So that's a little bit of a shame, as well as the Safari windows as well. But whether you want to tint them out, I suppose it's better to have those than just black stickers. So you can actually mod it up yourself. The suspension is just brilliant. I really like that. And the articulation is really nice. They've really nailed it. They must have put a lot of effort into it. I think it's probably one of the best crawlers, for the mini crawlers, for the actual suspension articulation. It's all down to the shocks. I think they really nailed it. Right, what else do you get? And then we get the is this the battery? Yeah, that's the battery, I think, in its own little box. Now, one thing that's a bit of a pain with these is classic Traxxas. It's some proprietary kind of connection, and there's no balance lead. And this is a 2-cell 750 milliamp hour. So how are we going to charge that? Obviously in the kit you probably get, there we go, we get a USB charger which has the proprietary connection on it. And yeah, apparently this takes, what's the output? We've got 2 amps at 7.4 volts. Apparently within an hour you can charge it up, so that's not too bad, but it would be nice if we could actually charge the batteries on all our chargers that we've got. But I'm pretty sure you could swap that out for a different standard battery. So that is a little bit of a shame. I did look up the prices of these, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the price is, so I'll put it up on the screen to get replacements. I'll charge it up and we'll have to see how long it takes. So you're looking at 4 AA batteries to get this one up and running with the transmitter. Super easy to work on as it's full size. Pretty standard bit of kit from Traxxas. I've had a few of these, and quality wise they're pretty good. Now there's different versions of this. There's the Bronco and then there's the actual Defender. Now to get the body off, super cool. You just unclip it and it falls off. You get a little tiny bit at the front and a little bit at the back, or vice versa, and you just squeeze them and the body comes off. So removing and refitting the body is brilliant. Now this is obviously left over from their bigger scale where you can remove the bodies, and I must admit I am a big fan of that. Body is pretty heavy. The red is a little bit of a letdown as it's kind of the red of the plastic, not actually painted, but you could probably dismantle it and paint it up yourself to add some detail. Also, not having an internal cockpit, driver's seats and stuff like that is a bit of a shame, but obviously this is quite heavy anyway, so adding more and more weight is only going to really mess with your performance. The windows are separate. You can pop them out, so you can dismantle it. It's all hex, so that's easy enough to work on, but reasonably heavy being a hard body. The actual chassis itself, tyres are the 1-inch, pretty standard, so lots of options to swap these out. They're actually pretty decent, I must admit, so we'll have to see how they perform, but they are the mini tread on the Traxxas TRX4 that we have as well. Integrated receiver and ESC, obviously with its proprietary connection. That is a little bit limiting. Battery goes in here. I do love this big rubber strap. That's definitely one nice and easy to add your battery, as well as you could change out different batteries, but being right in the center as well, that's really good. Unfortunately, one aspect that is missing is there's no switch. So if you plug it in, the battery, it will come on, which means that you've got to put the body on and off when you use it. There's no switch, which is a bit of a shame, but luckily, being that the body goes on and off quite easily, it's not the end of the world, but a switch would have been nice. Fully waterproof, servo on axle. The motor that you get is an 87 turn 180 Titan, so loads of power, should easily be enough for this one. Servos are 3-pin, so that's standard, which is nice. It's fully waterproof all the way through, which is really, really good. Hex hardware over the whole car, so I do like that, I must admit. It does scream quality, which is nice, and it should, because of that money price tag point. Right, let's fire it up and see how it performs. Now, I did look into the whole battery proprietary thing, and there is a way to rewire the battery. Now, obviously, this is on you to do it, but it is possible to wire it up so that you can actually charge it with the normal charger. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to someone's video who's actually done it, so you can actually take the USB charger, cut off the end, and then modify it to actually charge up this battery. So there is a workaround if you want to. Right, that's it, it's all alive. Steering needs a bit truing up, hold on a sec. There we go. Right, see, putting the body on, super easy. Now, one thing with this is it actually comes with the transmission gear ratio in the middle. There's 3 versions available. There's crawler, this one, and then super high. Realistically, if you're going to do this kind of crawling, you need to get the lower one, which is what I'm going to do. This is kind of in the middle of the road, so this is kind of set up now to be a trail truck more than the crawler. But there is tons of modifications you can get for this, especially Traxxas have brought out loads themselves, but you know, there's lots of aftermarket ones that are going to be coming out. So in a future video, we're going to start modifying this and start adding a few bells and whistles to see how it performs. It's quite noisy. Turn-in circle is not amazing, but it's okay. It's quite predictable. You definitely want to get the light kit. And I'm hoping someone's going to do a cockpit driver set for it. That would be really good. So after running it for a while, I have to say it is very, very capable. I really like it. It's expensive, but I think it gives you a good starting point, especially as it's got a hard body on it that's actually quite heavy. So I really like it, and I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to upgrading it, because if it works this well out of the box, definitely a double thumbs up. So I think Traxxas have really pulled a good one, but that price point, especially in the UK, is a little bit painful.